A group of people went to a restaurant. Each person chose one starter and one main course. The number of people who chose soup to the number of people who chose prawns is 2 to 3. Of those who chose soup, the number of people who chose lasagna to the number of people who chose curry is 5 to 3. And of those who chose prawns, the number of people who chose the lasagna to the number of people who chose curry is 1 to 5. And we need to work out what fraction of the people chose curry. I'm going to look at the soup to prawns first, which is 2 to 3. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these both together. So we get 2 plus 3 equals 5. So in total, within this ratio, there are 5 parts. So the amount of people that had soup was 2 out of 5. And the amount of people that had prawns is 3 out of 5. So now of those that chose soup, so of the 2 out of 5, the ratio of lasagna to curry was 5 to 3. So now we're taking the soup path down here. So we're just looking at people that chose soup for their starter. The ratio of lasagna to curry is 5 to 3. And I'm going to do the same thing as before to get it like a fraction. We're going to do 5 plus 3, which is 8. So for the lasagna, we're going to have 5 over 8. And the curry, 3 over 8. So now the same for the people that chose prawns. So the ratio of lasagna to curry for them was 1 to 5. So again, let's add up the parts. So 1 plus 5 is 6. So lasagna is 1 over 6 and curry is 5 over 6. So looking back up at the question, we want to work out what fraction of the people chose curry. That's what we're aiming for. And we've got a couple of options. They could have chosen soup first and then chosen curry. Or they could have chosen prawns first and then curry. Now something we need to remember is that when we talk about probability like this, when we use and, we're talking about multiplication and or addition, and that will make sense in a second. So our two possibilities here, we've got soup and curry. So the fraction having soup is 2 over 5. Then it's and, so we're going to multiply. And then having curry going down that path is 3 out of 8. It's going to multiply by 3 out of 8. And then or, so I'm going to add. We got prawns, which we see is 3 out of 5. And then and, so multiply. And going down this path, having prawns and the curry is 5 out of 6. So we've got 5 out of 6 here. And if we put that into the calculator, we should get 13 out of 20, which is our final answer for the fraction of people who chose curry. We get our first mark up here. Then we get a second mark down here for this section and this section. We get our third mark for this working here. And our fourth mark for the correct answer of 13 out of 20.